Hi, I'm Jennifer Burke, and welcome to Living Vancouver. Today we are in the Main Street neighborhood of the city, and this is an area that has exploded in popularity in recent years. And over the next couple days, we'll take a closer look at why that is. But first, let's take a closer look at our bodies, shall we? Because ask any woman, and she'll likely be able to tell you where most of the fat is on her body. But unless you can take a look inside, you don't know exactly where the fat is or how much you're carrying. Until now.
Living Well is brought to you by Medicine Center, your neighborhood pharmacy.
Woo! Just ran, what, 4 or 5 feet at least? Yeah, actually, I used to be very fit. I've run a couple marathons, I've done 6 half marathons, but I've also had 2 kids, and I don't work out like I used to, so I'm 40, I need to know if I'm in shape or not and what I can do to get in better shape. So I'm gonna get a Bodycomp imaging scan to find out what my fat, muscle, and bone mass ratio is. Little nervous, but let's go find out.
Bodycomp is a way of us looking at the amount of muscle and fat in your body, and it goes a step above having a scale weight done, because when you jump on the scale, that tells you how Earth is pulling your body to its surface,
right?
But it doesn't let you know whether you're healthy or whether you have an appropriate amount of muscle and fat in your body. If you've got more fat mass than is appropriate and less muscle mass, you can still be on a nice lean, thin frame and not be at the healthiest ratio. It is similar to an x-ray. We use a smaller number of actual x-rays going through you, so we can't diagnose your broken bones or your tumors or fractures, and it's a very low x-ray exposure scan, so it's safe to have done several times throughout the year. It's fast. We do about a half-hour booking, so we can get you ready for the scan.
Right.
And then once the scan has been done, we spend about 10 minutes explaining it to you. So the brighter white objects are the most dense objects in your body, which is mostly skeleton. And then the darker objects are the fat and the muscle.
What is that?
What's that bright white thing? Probably a dental augmentation. So it's either a filled tooth or a filling.
The chip the aliens left behind, is it?
So that's why we have everyone take out their piercings and their jewelry, because since the machine measures densities, we don't want extraneous objects to throw that off. What our job here is to adjust these little blue lines onto the bone landmarks in your body, so the camera can figure out where your legs are, where your arms are, where all these different parts of you are. So when I press the results button here, are you ready?
Ready.
Your body has got just over 1 gram of bone per centimeter squared, and that's a pretty normal value for a woman of your age.
Okay.
Now BCA, this is the body composition analysis. That's some pretty good numbers we're looking at. See this little guy right here?
Does that mean?
22.6% body fat.
Seriously?
Yeah. In women at the age of 40, we want to see them between 20 and 35% body fat to stay healthy.
Okay.
And if you're working out regularly or chasing after 2 young children, such as yourself, we see more of a 20 to 33% range is acceptable. So one thing to keep in mind is that your body fat is relatively close to that lower limit. You might benefit from putting on more muscle mass.
Yes.
Rather than worrying about the fat so much.
Gotcha.
And beautiful looking picture here. And what we want to see is these percent fat numbers. And we can see that your whole body is 22.6% body fat.
Okay.
But it varies. It goes down to the leanest spot in your body is your head, 18% body fat. So if anyone says you're a fat head, you've got numbers to prove against it.
But does that mean I have less brain mass? Like,
no, it just means it's pretty normal because the head is mostly composed of bone, and you don't have a lot of fat or muscle mass up there. It doesn't vary an awful lot. We can see that your whole body has 1,867 grams of bone mineral content. That's about 5 pounds of bone mass. The fat is 11.5 kilograms, and the lean is 37.6. Now, where is the fattiest place in your body? Not that there is a lot to look at.
Yeah, what's this one?
That's your left leg.
My left leg is...
Remember, because women tend to carry more of their fats on the thigh.
Oh.
That's a great place for women to be carrying it. Your trunk is leaner than your whole body value, so that's a very healthy profile for you. Wow. Because remember, the abdominal fats are what we associate with diabetes, with cardiovascular disease, with some forms of cancer. So typically by keeping your whole body fat at a healthy level and the trunk values, you're minimizing your chance of developing these conditions over time. So this is proactive health stuff. That's why we're doing this. From this one, we see your bone density is sort of the normal, runs along these 2 blue blue lines, and you're pretty much as normal as can be on this particular one. When we really focus in on the bone density, we look right at the hip and the lower spine, but because we're still quite young, you're not particularly at risk for bone-related problems yet as well.
This has been so interesting and informative. I appreciate it. Learned a lot
Jennifer.
today.
I'm glad to hear it.
I'm normal! You can book a Bodycomp image session online or reach them by phone, and all of that information is on our website at cbc.ca/livingvancouver. You might even win something by checking us out online.